Deep focus is not luck. It is not motivation. It is not a rare moment of inspiration. Deep focus is a biological state, a measurable shift in how your brain allocates attention, suppresses noise, and channels energy into a single meaningful task. When you understand the science behind this state, you can enter it intentionally. The big idea is simple. Your brain is capable of extraordinary concentration, but only when you create the conditions that support it. Deep focus is not something you stumble into. It is something you design. Imagine this moment. You're working on something important. For a few minutes, your mind wanders. Then suddenly, something clicks. Time slows down. Distractions fade. Your thoughts sharpen. You feel fully absorbed. This is deep focus, the state where your brain operates at its highest cognitive level. But here's the truth. Most people never experience this consistently because their environment, habits, and digital tools constantly pull them back into shallow attention. We live in a world engineered to break your focus. Every notification, every alert, every piece of digital noise competes for your attention. The result is a mind that is constantly switching, a state where deep focus becomes nearly impossible. Here's a micro story. A student sits down to study. She opens her laptop. Within minutes, she checks her messages. Then a quick scroll. Then a thought, let me look something up. An hour passes. She feels busy, but nothing meaningful has been learned. This is the cost of shallow attention. Deep focus matters because it is the opposite of this. It is the state where your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for reasoning, planning, and problem-solving, becomes fully engaged. In this state, your brain suppresses irrelevant information and channels energy into a single cognitive stream. But here's the pattern interrupt. Most people think they need more discipline. What they actually need is fewer cognitive switches. Every time you switch tasks, your brain pays a neurological tax. It must reorient, reload information, and rebuild context. This is why multitasking destroys performance. It forces your brain into constant reset mode. Deep focus matters because it protects your cognitive energy. It allows you to produce work that is not just faster, but better. It is the state where insights emerge, problems are solved, and meaningful progress is made. To understand the science of deep focus, you need a clear framework. Deep focus is supported by 4 key systems in the brain. When these systems work together, you enter a state of sustained concentration. 1. The prefrontal cortex, the control center. This is the part of your brain responsible for decision-making, planning, and complex thinking. Deep focus requires the prefrontal cortex to take control, and it can only do that when distractions are minimized. 2. The attentional networks, the spotlight. Your brain has 2 main attention systems. The dorsal attention network, which focuses on tasks. The ventral attention network, which detects distractions. Deep focus occurs when the task-focused network dominates and the distraction network quiets down. 3. Dopamine regulation, the motivation loop. Dopamine is not just a pleasure chemical. It is a motivation signal. When dopamine is stable, your brain stays engaged. When it spikes and crashes, often caused by digital stimulation, your focus collapses. 4. Cognitive switching costs, the hidden drain. Every time you switch tasks, your brain must reload context. This consumes energy and reduces performance. Deep focus requires long, uninterrupted blocks where switching is minimized. Deep focus is not about forcing your brain to work harder. It is about removing the conditions that make it work worse. Here is how to apply the science of deep focus in real life, calmly, intentionally, and sustainably. 1. Create a focus ritual. Your brain loves patterns. Choose a time. Choose a place. Choose a duration. Repeat it daily. Rituals reduce cognitive friction and signal your brain to enter depth. 2. Remove cognitive noise. Turn off notifications. Silence your phone. Close unnecessary tabs. Your brain cannot enter deep focus when it is constantly scanning for new stimuli. Microstory. A writer struggled to finish a chapter. He removed his phone from the room, closed his browser, and set a 45-minute timer. In that single session, he produced more than he had in the previous 3 days. The difference wasn't effort. It was environment. 3. Use the 90-20ths rule. Work deeply for 90 minutes. Rest for 20. This aligns with your brain's natural ultradian rhythms, cycles of peak cognitive performance followed by recovery. 4. Train your attention. Walk without headphones. Sit with your thoughts. Resist the urge to check your phone. These small exercises strengthen your attentional networks. 5. Protect your dopamine. Avoid rapid dopamine spikes before deep work. No scrolling. No notifications. No digital stimulation. Stable dopamine equals stable focus. You now understand the science behind deep focus. It is not a mystery. It is not a talent. It is a biological state supported by systems you can strengthen. The prefrontal cortex, the attentional networks, dopamine regulation, cognitive switching costs. When you align these systems, your brain enters depth naturally. Work with intention. Protect your attention. Train your mind. Design your environment. Respect your cognitive energy. Signature line. Focus is not found. It is created. If this breakdown helped you understand the science behind deep focus, subscribe to Book's Insights for more premium, minimalist explanations of psychology, productivity, and self-improvement.